In the age of ancient Greece, philosophers wrestled with fundamental questions about the nature of existence, happiness, and the divine. Among the most influential and provocative thinkers was Epicurus, a philosopher who presented a radically different view of the gods and their involvement in human affairs. His ideas on the divine were revolutionary for his time and still carry significant implications today, not only for philosophy, but for how we approach the complexities of our own lives. Epicurus, in his writings, argued that the gods do not intervene in human affairs, a stance that challenged both traditional religious practices and prevailing philosophical thoughts. But what does this mean for the individual? What consequences does this philosophy have for the way we live, the choices we make, and the kinds of pleasures we seek? To fully appreciate the impact of Epicurus' views, we must delve into the core of his philosophy, examining how his perspective on the gods reshapes our understanding of life, ethics, and personal happiness. What if everything we've been taught about the gods, destiny, and divine retribution were entirely wrong? Imagine a world where divine forces aren't judging us, intervening in our lives, or meting out punishment or reward. This is the world Epicurus envisioned, one where the gods exist, but they are indifferent to the human experience. In a time when gods were omnipresent, shaping the moral framework of society and individuals, Epicurus' rejection of divine intervention was not only controversial, but revolutionary. For the followers of Epicureanism, this radical stance offered freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from guilt, and most importantly, freedom to seek happiness through the pursuit of simple pleasures and rational thought. In this essay, we will explore Epicurus' views on religion and the gods, how they influence the way people should live, and how his ideas continue to shape modern notions of ethics and personal happiness. Before we dive deeper into the life and ideas of Epicurus, I want to welcome you to the Unfolding Journey YouTube channel. Here, we explore timeless philosophical questions, delve into the ideas of ancient thinkers, and examine how their teachings continue to influence the world we live in today. Whether you're new to philosophy or an experienced thinker, this channel offers insights into how the past can guide us in navigating the complexities of modern life. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exploration into the fascinating world of philosophy and human thought. Now, let's continue our journey into the mind of one of history's most intriguing philosophers, Epicurus. Epicurus, 341 to 270 BCE, was an ancient Greek philosopher who founded the school of philosophy known as Epicureanism. While many of his ideas centered on the pursuit of happiness, especially through simple pleasures and the cultivation of friendship, his view on religion and the gods set him apart from his contemporaries. In the face of the numerous gods in the Greek pantheon, each with their own powers and characteristics, Epicurus made a daring declaration. The gods, while real, are indifferent to human affairs. They do not intervene in the world or in the lives of people. In his work Letter to Monesius, Epicurus states that the gods are not vengeful, and they are not concerned with human suffering. For him, the gods live in a state of perfect bliss and tranquility, detached from the tumult of human existence. He argued that people should not fear divine punishment or expect rewards from the gods. This belief was radically different from the polytheistic religious traditions of his time, which often viewed gods as active participants in the drama of human life, intervening to punish or reward according to their whims. The concept of divine intervention was central to much of ancient Greek and Roman religious thought. Gods were seen as both protectors and punishers, and rituals and sacrifices were performed in hopes of earning their favor or averting their wrath. In contrast, Epicurus believed that this fear of divine retribution or reward led to unnecessary anxiety and disturbance. He viewed religious beliefs centered around gods who intervened in human affairs as a source of fear, guilt, and a barrier to personal happiness. For Epicurus, belief in a punitive god or gods is a major obstacle to achieving ataraxia, a state of inner peace and freedom from mental distress. When people believe that gods are judging them, punishing them for their faults, or rewarding them for their virtue, they live in a constant state of anxiety, fearing what the gods might do to them. This fear can lead to guilt, shame, and a deep unease with life. Epicurus believed that the true path to happiness was not through appeasing the gods, but through cultivating personal pleasure, intellectual growth, and harmonious relationships with others. Thus, Epicurus' argument for the gods' indifference was an argument for personal freedom. By removing the fear of divine punishment or favor, Epicurus freed individuals from the anxiety of trying to appease capricious deities. This allowed them to focus on what truly mattered: the pursuit of pleasure, the avoidance of pain, and the cultivation of meaningful relationships. For Epicurus, the gods exist, but their role in human life is non-existent. They are simply part of the natural world, not active agents in human affairs. At the heart of Epicureanism is the concept of pleasure, specifically ataraxia and aponia, which are the pleasures of peace of mind and bodily tranquility. Epicurus argued that by understanding the natural world and the limits of our desires, we can achieve these pleasures without being disturbed by external forces, including religious fears. Without the distraction of worrying about gods and their intervention in our lives, people can direct their energy toward the things that truly bring joy and fulfillment. For Epicurus, the gods are beings who exist in perfect tranquility, without desire or need. This model is intended to demonstrate that peace of mind is the ultimate state of being. This ideal was not one of indulgence, as some might think when hearing the word pleasure, but rather of serenity and freedom from mental turmoil. People, too, could achieve a similar state by learning to control their desires, focusing on simple pleasures, and cultivating rational thoughts and meaningful relationships. The Epicurean view of the gods and religion had profound implications for ethics and the way individuals should live their lives. First, it led to a radical rethinking of the role of fear in human life. Without the fear of divine punishment or reward, people are free to live according to their own rational understanding of what brings happiness. Epicurus taught that it is not the pursuit of wealth, power, or fame that leads to happiness, but the cultivation of wisdom, the pursuit of pleasure in moderation, and the nurturing of friendships. In Epicureanism, ethics is concerned with seeking pleasure and avoiding pain, but not in an impulsive or hedonistic sense. Rather, it is about rationally understanding what pleasures are truly fulfilling and avoiding unnecessary pain. The absence of divine interference in human affairs means that individuals are responsible for their own happiness, and it is through understanding nature and human desires that one can make informed decisions about how to live. By focusing on personal well-being and relationships, individuals can achieve a life of joy and tranquility without being weighed down by the fear of divine wrath or the pressure to conform to religious dictates. Another significant influence of Epicurus' philosophy was its challenge to religious superstition. The fear of gods and supernatural forces often led to irrational behavior, including sacrifice, ritual, and devotion driven by anxiety rather than genuine spirituality. Epicurus removed these fears by declaring that the gods, if they exist, are not concerned with human affairs. This removed the need for people to live in constant fear of divine judgment or engage in superstitious rituals aimed at pleasing deities. Epicurus' view also invited a new form of spirituality, one based on intellectual and personal development rather than religious observance. For Epicureans, spirituality was about understanding the natural world, mastering one's desires, and cultivating relationships with others. This new approach to spirituality helped individuals transcend the limitations of traditional religion and focus instead on creating a life that was fulfilling in the present moment. Epicurus' ideas about the gods continue to resonate today. In a world where many still seek answers in religion or the supernatural, Epicurus' message of personal responsibility, freedom from fear, and the pursuit of inner peace offers a valuable alternative. In contemporary society, we often struggle with existential questions, stress, and anxiety about our place in the world. Epicurus' philosophy encourages us to find contentment not in external sources of power or divine intervention, but within ourselves, in our relationships, and in our capacity to experience pleasure in its most simple and profound forms. His teachings remind us that happiness is attainable by understanding our desires, limiting unnecessary suffering, and focusing on the things that truly matter. In a way, Epicureanism serves as an antidote to modern anxieties, offering a philosophy of peace, simplicity, and rationality. Epicurus' rejection of divine intervention and his view of the gods as detached, indifferent beings profoundly reshaped the way individuals should live their lives. By removing the fear of divine punishment or reward, Epicurus gave people the freedom to focus on what truly brings happiness: intellectual fulfillment, peaceful relationships, and simple pleasures. His ideas provided a pathway to ethical living based on rational understanding, personal responsibility, and the cultivation of serenity. Epicurus' philosophy offers a powerful critique of religious superstition, encouraging individuals to take control of their own happiness and live free from the tyranny of divine judgment. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, Epicurus' teachings continue to offer valuable lessons. In a world where we are often bombarded by external pressures, expectations, and the fear of things beyond our control, be it fate, society, or religion, Epicurus reminds us that true contentment comes from within. It is through understanding our desires, cultivating meaningful relationships, and seeking tranquility over material wealth or superficial success that we can lead a fulfilled life. His message is timeless. Happiness is not something that is handed to us by external forces, but something that we must create through mindful living, rational thought, and the pursuit of simple pleasures. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed by the chaos of the world or the weight of existential questions, remember Epicurus' wisdom. Turn inward, seek peace of mind, and focus on the simple joys that life has to offer. The gods, if they exist, are far removed from our lives, and it is not their favor we seek, but our own well-being and contentment. If you found this exploration of Epicurean philosophy intriguing and insightful, don't forget to subscribe to the Unfolding Journey YouTube channel. Here, we dive deep into the ideas of ancient philosophers, unravel modern ethical dilemmas, and discover how timeless wisdom can guide us through the challenges of our contemporary lives. Subscribe, like, and share this video with anyone who might benefit from a more thoughtful, intentional approach to happiness. Thank you for joining us on this intellectual journey. We look forward to exploring more ideas with you in the future. Stay tuned, and remember, true happiness is a journey, not a destination.